morning, everybody. My name is Alyssa. I am having my interview, my phone interview for the DCP. Anyway, it is currently 11:15 a.m. and they hopefully will be calling me soon. My interview is at 11:45, so they could call me anywhere between 11:30 and 12 o'clock. I am super nervous.
We've got a long way to go.
Hello, this is Alyssa. I'm good. How are you, Christine? Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Yes, I have not. Yes. No, I am not. I have looked over them, so yeah, I'm familiar. I do not have any tattoos, but I do have my ears with two piercings on each one. Yeah, that okay. Yes, I do. Okay. I would like to come back to school for the fall semester, so that probably wouldn't work well for me. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So my freshman year of college, I did live with a roommate. Yeah. We didn't really have any problems. We communicated really well together. We talked about, like, if anything did arise, we talked about it and fixed it really before it became too much of a problem. Uh, the biggest problem we had was like the air conditioning. She liked it really cold and I liked it warm. So when we were together, we like made it like a medium so we were both pleased. But there were no really big issues with us. We got along really well and everything. Yes. Yeah. My freshman year of college, I did volunteer a lot. I was in the Habitat for Humanities Club, so I helped build houses a lot. For by one class, it was a cultural class where we would go out and clean up like hiking trails, or we would go to the Fox River and canoe and pick up trash in the river and stuff. So I have definitely developed multitasking as a skill because um, at Jimmy John's, I had to work in a fast-paced environment and be able to do multiple things at once. I would have to be on the register, take a phone call, and then be able to make a sandwich right away after. I have also learned patience because with my CNA job, because there are so many residents and there's so few CNAs, so a lot of them get upset sometimes if you take too long. So you just have to be patient with them and explain to them what's going on. Um, and then probably communication is a really big one too, because we have to, with my CNA job, if something's going up, we have to go tell the nurse right away, and we have to communicate with other CNAs if we need help. And even with Jimmy John's, it was a really big communication thing there because we were on a line to make the sandwiches, and we had to know what sandwiches to make and what to put on it and everything. So that's a big one as well. I actually really liked working there. It was a very positive energy filled environment. It was really fun to work there. Everyone got along. I kind of like that it was fast paced too because it always gave me something to do. It kept me on my feet. I was always busy doing something, and I really enjoyed interacting with the customers as well. And because it was a repetitive like task to make the sandwiches over and over and over again, we would always like kind of interact with the customers, and sometimes we would like sing to them and like everything, and it was really fun. I have. So with my recent job, we've been a little short staffed, so I've been having more residents than I normally would, so it's been a little harder to get to them as fast as we usually could if we had more staff with us. So I had this one resident the other day that was really upset because it took me about a half hour to get to her because we were super busy at the time. And when I got to her, I explained to her what was happening and everything, and I got her all ready for bed. And when I explained to her and talked to her about it, she was okay with the situation, and she would just explain that she was upset because she was tired and she wanted to get ready for bed and everything. And I just talked to her about it and explained to her the situation, and she was really okay with it after I talked to her. So we always, I guess, for safety wise, because we would always keep like the knives facing towards the food, so if we were to grab it, we wouldn't cut ourselves. We would clean the dishes every 2 hours to make sure there's no food contamination or anything like that. And then when we would clean the floors. We would go over it with a dry mop so it would dry faster, and we would put the wet floor sign out so people would know the floor was wet. And because we used an oven as well, so the door, when we would open it, would be really hot. So we would just tell everyone when we were opening it. So when they walked by, they wouldn't touch the door or anything. So we would just yell out hot door so they know. Yeah, I've been to Florida multiple times, so I know how the weather is out there, and I would definitely be comfortable standing outside if I had to. Well, I actually went through lifeguard certification in junior year. Um, And I was just really interested in it because I wanted to be able to be outside and interact with families at the parks and everything. And I really enjoy looking after people and making sure everyone is safe and everything. So that's what just really caught my eye is being able to be outside and see everyone else having fun and making sure everyone is safe. Yeah, so I have had a few at my current job. There was this guy a few weeks ago, his oxygen level ended up being really low when I checked it. So I had to go to the nurse right away. But first, I made sure he was stable and everything and comfortable before I left. And then I went to go get the nurse, and she went and checked on him, and he ended up having to go to the hospital because he had pneumonia. So I had to really act calm in that situation and make sure he was safe before I left and got the nurse and everything. Yes, yeah. So currently, state has come to the current place that I work, and they watch us while we're doing our jobs, and they make comments and everything. And then once we're done and they leave the room with us, they'll ask us questions outside the room about what we just did, and they'll rate how well we did our job and everything. I really like it because I like to see what I can improve upon in my job and see what I'm doing well and what I do need improvement on because sometimes my brain is just focused on doing one thing when I need to start focusing on something else a little more. So I do enjoy getting that feedback. Yes, yeah, I am because even with all the jobs that I've had, we had to use cleaning chemicals and clean up using them as well. So, um, Well, with my current job as a CNA, I'm helping people transfer and stuff and lifting up people a lot. So I'd probably say maybe between like 150 and like 175. Yes, we do go through training and everything. So we use proper body mechanics so we don't hurt ourselves while helping people transfer. Yes, I have. I actually went this June, so that was fun. Yes, I have multiple times. Mhm. Mhm. Um, I mean, I would be okay with it just because I do that now a lot of the times because a lot of our patients that I work with are fall risk, so I'm constantly walking up and down hallways and watching them so they don't decide to stand up on their own, and if they do, go to them and then make sure they don't fall. So I'm constantly, even now with this job, scanning for people who could potentially get hurt. So I would be willing to do that. Yeah, yes. I was wondering if this is a good time to mention a role that I am now interested in, but previously did not put on my application. So I saw that you guys have been sending out emails about housekeeping and you need more people for that. And I was just wanted to let you know that if you did need someone for that, I'd be willing to do that. Yes, I have. Um, well, I think I'm qualified for it in a way because with the job that I have now, we do have to make beds, we have to clean the rooms, we have to make sure everything is tidy at the end of our shift and in the beginning of our shift. We have to clean the bathrooms after giving showers and stuff. So I feel like I'd be able to do it without any, without too many issues of learning and everything, just because I do make beds all the time and I use cleaning chemicals and I push around cars with cleaning supplies in it and everything. So, Okay. Yes. And then I do have one more question, if that's okay. So I know there is a volunteer opportunity in the program. I was wondering if you could just elaborate a little more on it. Okay. Thank you. Nope, that is it. Okay. Thank you. You too, Christy. All right. Goodbye.